everyone, Terry Gigi here. First of all, I want to thank you for all of your kind comments on my last video. I really appreciate it. It was overwhelming, and I am excited to start YouTube again and just have this be a part of my life again because I miss all of you, and I truly believe that we become friends, even if it's virtual, online. I think it's real. I really do. And because there's so many feelings I have towards so many YouTubers that I follow and towards my followers. And I just think it's a cool part of life and I want to get back into it. So today I'm going to do probably the most important video I've done in a long time. It's 3 things that have helped me so much through the last year, which has been really difficult. As I've said 100 times, I'm not going to belabor that, but I want to tell you the 3 things that have helped me very recently with, we have a very difficult person in our lives and they're not going away. And I had to learn a way to cope with the disruption. So I was like, what in the heck am I going to do with this? It's so traumatic. It's so upsetting. What am I going to do? So these are 3 things that came to me through 2 of them, 3 of them. All 3 of them came from YouTube. Okay, all 3 of them, y'all, and they have been life-changing. So let's begin. Number 1, this one is a theory that I heard by Mel Robbins. Most of you probably know who she is. I'm going to link this specific video in the comment section, the whatever section it's called in YouTube. I'm going to link this particular video. She is on Instagram and she's all over the place, and she talks about this all over the place. So I'm going to tell it to you and you're going to love it. It's called the let them theory. Okay? Let them. When you have someone in your life that is doing something that you cannot control, and no matter how many times you beg, it's not going to go away, let them. Let them do whatever it is. You know, Mel tells a story in the video, and I'm not going to tell the whole thing, but she talks about she went to, they had moved recently, and I think she has 4 kids, maybe 3. The other ones had done their senior proms with the friends that they grew up with, and they were at the house where they knew everybody. And now her youngest son was having prom, and they had moved to a new state, a new city, new friends, new families. And she went to the thing where people meet up first, a group of the kids, to have photos done with their parents there. So everyone can see all the dresses and everything. Well, anyway, the story goes on that it starts pouring rain, like super bad. And she realized through the kids talking that they had not made a reservation for dinner. And so they're talking about where they're going to go to dinner, and they're going to go to the taco hut or something like that, the avocado pit. And she freaks out because she's thinking, this is me, y'all. This is me, 100%. She's a mom. She's standing there and she's like, oh my gosh, you didn't make reservations? And she's on her phone immediately trying to find a place for them to go to get reservations, because who wants to go to the avocado pit on prom night? Plus this particular place just was open air. It had a roof, but it was open air. So if the wind blew and the girls were going to get their dresses, she's freaking out. And I understood it. I felt her pain. Her daughter, older daughter, is standing next to her and says, Mom, if they want to go to the avocado pit, let them. And she took a step back, and I don't remember what else Mel said about it. But how beautiful is that thought? Let them. You know, there's certain people that decided that my daughter's divorce should be on Facebook. I can't tell you how horrible that was and is to this day and continues and will not stop. And so when you're faced with that, the first thing I said to my daughter was, get off Facebook, get off Instagram, silence yourself on social media. Because she had said to me, I don't want this to be a Facebook fight. This is ridiculous. It was horrible. Okay. So I said, let them. If they want to post every single day, let them. Your true friends will be your true friends. People will see through it at some point, maybe, maybe not. Let them, okay? Just let them do it. They're going to do it anyway. You can't control it. Let them. Now that was pretty dramatic, but y'all, it made all the difference. All the difference in the world. In my heart too. All the difference in the world. So that's the let them theory, and you can apply it. There's some things you can't, like if someone's breaking the law, you can't, let them. But we're talking about the way people are reacting or what they're saying, what they're doing, what they're saying about you personally. Let them say it. Y'all, it is so freeing. I can't even tell you. So that's the number one thing that has helped me so much in the past year. The second thing, this is not one of the things, but this is something. I have a board, a letter board like this that I keep right where Scott and I see it all the time. And I know it's kind of out of vogue right now, but I love it. And so I will put sayings on this thing, on this letter board, to remind us of certain things. And one of my favorite ones is never complain, never explain. This goes back to what was going on with my daughter. If she had tried to explain or complain, it would have just gotten worse. So don't complain. Don't explain. You don't owe anyone an explanation. I love that so much. And also my other favorite one and I put that on this board, never complain, never explain. I had to keep thinking about that. This. Another saying from Queen Elizabeth, did I say these two are from Queen Elizabeth? Recollections may vary. That is my favorite one always. And isn't that the truth in life, no matter what? Recollections may vary. They say that in a murder trial or something, two people that were together and saw it together, like if Scott and I saw something happen together, we will have different recollections. They may not be big ones, but we will have seen it differently because we all see things differently. So that is a good one too. Recollections may vary. Second thing that helped me so much, this was from a channel called OCD and Anxiety. Now, this one came out of nowhere. I didn't follow this guy at all, but something about the title, How to Stop Ruminating, I clicked on it. Y'all, let me explain what he said that changed my whole thoughts in life recently. He said he started going through OCD, and I don't have OCD, but he started going through how the brain works when you have OCD, or actually how it works for everybody, but some people can get stuck in a loop and they cannot get out. And I had found myself doing that, just thinking the same things over and over and over, like, why won't this change? When is this going to stop? And the thing that as he's explaining this loop of like washing your hands, how does a person become OCD about washing their hands? And it's because their brain is trying to keep them from getting sick, from germs, okay? Makes perfect sense, right? But you can take that to a really far place and never get to the end. And if you do get to the end, your brain goes back to the beginning and say, but did you really wash your hands? But then you touch the doorknob. But didn't your kids touch that doorknob? Maybe you need to go have your kids wash their hands. See how it goes on and on and on. So he was talking about that. And this is what he said that, again, changed my whole thought process. He said, think of the event or the thing you're thinking about. Maybe it will. Maybe it won't. Maybe it'll happen, and maybe it won't. And something about saying that to yourself neutralizes the situation. So he could say, I guess in the hand washing thing, I don't know what he said, but maybe I didn't wash them thoroughly, and maybe I did. Maybe I've got a germ on my hand, and maybe I don't. You can take that into so many situations in life. Maybe it will, but maybe it won't, you know? And it just makes you stop going down that bad train that this bad thing is going to happen for sure. You don't know that. Why do you not know that? Because it's the future. Why does your brain do that? Because your brain is trying to protect you. It's trying to protect you from illness and sickness and stupidity and bad decisions. But your brain wants to keep ruminating over it, some people's brains, ruminating over and over until you're sure that you've thought of every single possibility and aspect of that situation. So that when it happens, which you don't know if it will, you're ready. Now, a little bit of this in life is good. Like you're going mountain climbing. Okay, well, I might slip and fall, so I better wear good shoes that are made for hiking or, hiking or climbing. It might get cold if we walk up to that elevation, so maybe I'll take a little light jacket or an extra shirt or a layer to go with me. I'm probably going to get thirsty. Why don't I take some water with me? Okay, that's normal things that your brain is telling you. Let's be smart in this situation and let's have the proper gear with us on this hike. But the ruminating thing would go on and on till you have an entire first aid kit on your back and you've got sticks and you've got so much water that you're weighed down. And it just can go on, and you've got all these layers, and now you're dragging this big giant parka behind you when you really knew that it wasn't going to get that cold. So that's what I'm talking about. But that can be used. Now, when you try to think of all the possibilities when you're talking about other humans, it even gets worse because you don't know what they're going to do. That's worse than planning on a hike. So you have to say, maybe it will happen, maybe it won't. Maybe they'll keep doing it, and maybe they won't. Maybe everybody's believing everything, and maybe they're not. So that is that theory, and I really love it, and it's great, and it works beautifully. Number 3 is on a channel called Calm with Kyle. I will link this particular video as well in the comments or whatever, wherever it is. And it is called, the name of the video is Beginner Vagus Nerve Exercise. Now, I don't know everything that a vagus nerve is. I should have researched that before I started this video, and I'm just now realizing. But it's kind of your center or your calming, where your brain tries to calm you down and where you can just reset. Like if you're in a loop or in a thing and you're worrying about something, you can calm yourself down. You really can. This works. I've done it. And he goes through a 3-step process, kind of a 3-step process, and I'll tell it to you briefly, but watch the video and do it with him because he has such a calming voice. And you may think he's never going to get to the point, but he does. It's like a 10-minute video. But this particular exercise only takes a couple of minutes. But what you do is you sit down calmly, you take a deep breath, and you kind of reset yourself. And you're preparing yourself to do something. And all you do, y'all, is you look forward, get your face forward, and then you look just with your eyes all the way to the right for 30 seconds. And then you look all the way you don't turn your head, and you look all the way to the left for 30 seconds. But you do that until you yawn or swallow. And then, the first thing you do though first is you check your range of motion in your neck, and you turn your neck all the way one way till it kind of hurts, and all the way the other way until you can feel it. And you'll see how far you can turn your neck because you sometimes carry a lot of stress in your neck. So you do that first, and then you do the left and the right exercise with your eyes until you swallow or yawn or whatever. The first time I did it, it took over a minute for me to swallow or yawn. And now it takes me about, 10 seconds because I do it every day. And when I feel myself getting upset about something, I do it again. And it is amazing. So I forgot to show you, this is my letter board right now. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. That is one of the things I talked about. And so I have it on this letter board, and I see it all the time, and I know what it means, and it just constantly reminds me, yeah. If I find myself thinking about it and I walk past this, I'll go, oh yeah, that might not even happen. So let it go. I hope that you have gotten something out of this and you understand where I'm coming from. And after this, I'm going to get to this whole list of ideas that y'all gave me of videos to do. And that's it. So talk to you later. Bye-bye.